Hello, all you beautiful souls. Jules here, and I hope you are having a very blessed Thursday. I cannot wait until tomorrow so we can get to the weekend, and I'm gonna get my ceiling covered tomorrow or Saturday, so that will be exciting. And lots going on in the planets. We have Pluto and Chiron return. We have a new president. There's just so much going on in the ether. So I wanted to pop on and just say hello. I know I haven't been present lately with my daily videos, and I super apologize. I'm still training for my position at work, and it's my same workplace but a new task. So I'm doing really well, and should be a few more weeks and I can go back to my normal schedule. But I wanted to at least pop on and let you know what is in store for the chapter we're getting into. We're going to continue with the Crystal Grimoire because you know me, love crystals, love crystal jewelry, and I love talking about them. I'm a master crystal healer. I've taken classes through Sage Goddess and Practical Magic as well for the past 3.5 years. This is, well, the end of the year will be my 4th year, but I've always loved crystals. I've always collected crystals ever since I was a little girl. My father gave me my first piece, which was a big chunk, really big chunk of pyrite, and I treasured it until it was sadly taken in a burglary at my house when we were not there, thankfully. But I don't know if they thought it was like a chunk of silver and like hit the gold mine or silver mine, if you may. But they took it, and I remember I was so sad. I told my dad they took my pyrite, and they took his coin collection. I was probably around 4 or 5, but I really remember it, and my family was really shooken up over it. I mean, I was so young, but it's just little bits and pieces that we hold and we remember, and they have meaning to us. So when we continue with our Earth Magic, and this is by Goddess Provisions, and it's by Lindsay Squire, and it's illustrated by Vicki Lester, and you can get this on their website. I'm sure you could find it possibly on Amazon. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked into it, but I subscribe, or I used to subscribe to their monthly boxes, and I really enjoyed getting their crystal goodies and apothecary. They have beauty line, they have teas, cacao, all kinds of cool stuff that they throw into it. So if you have not heard of Goddess Provisions, check them out. I'm not trying to promote them, but this does go along with what I am teaching you right now. And it's all completely free. It is my passion and love. So I hope that you enjoy learning with me. So what I wanted to let you guys know, not going to be teaching anything tonight, but hopefully tomorrow, and definitely this weekend I'm going to pop on. I've just been so tired lately. This new schedule, waking up at 5 a.m. Not today. I woke up barely in time to get to work. I had to be there at 7 a.m. and I woke up at 6:24 because I thought I hit the snooze button, but really I just hit it for good. So I scrambled to feed Gemini, get my lunch packed, and my tea ready and out the door. And I made it just by the hair, clocked in right when the bell rang. And yes, we have a bell at my work. So it's a little bit like high school. Like literally. So what we're going to be talking about in this next chapter, continuing the Crystal Grimoire, is cleansing and charging your crystals. Now, I have seen a lot of posts about what can people do if they break something, one of their crystals, how do they activate their crystals, how do they work with them, what is charging. I'm going to go ahead and explain all of it, and there's actually so much information within this that you may not have heard of. So some you may and some you may not. But just a little overview. We're going to be talking about cleansing and charging them. And there's some really gorgeous artwork I'm going to show you as well to go along. And then we're going to talk about crystals and water. I'm sure not many or many of you may know that some crystals really should not be in water. Some absolutely must stay in water, and some it doesn't matter. So there are many ways to work with the element of water with your crystals. So we'll be going over that. And then we're also going to be talking about crystals in sunlight. There are crystals that are okay to be in the sun. So if you have them in your windows, if you keep them in your garden, if you have them inside and you don't realize the sun is hitting them, or if you have a light inside, like a fluorite lamp here, and it's constantly, the bright light is so close to it that it's really affecting the vibration frequency and the molecules that hold the crystal together and the minerals. So some are okay in light, sunlight, natural light, will go all over all of it. Some are not. Some will fade. Some will completely lose all color. Some can just be sitting in your house and one day you walk by them and they're not the same color anymore. Like they went from green to white or clear. So we'll go over that because I've spent some money on crystals, hint hint, kunzite, the colorful greens and pinks, as well as apatolite. Green apatolite is one of my favorites, and I had a really couple cool collection pieces that I had in my glass cabinet, and the sun comes in right there, and I walked by it one day and it was like not green anymore. It was not pink anymore. It was clear. So I was really bummed about that. So you have to be very careful with some of your crystals because they will lose their color. So with them, you can actually store them if you have little jewelry boxes, any type of containers, or you can put it somewhere in the dark where it's not going to be getting a lot of light onto it. So we'll discuss that as well, and then we'll go over the energies of different crystal shapes. So there are many shapes of crystals, and there's volgals, spears, pyramids, prisms, towers, harmonizers, which are cylinders. So there are just so many different shapes, freeforms, all kinds of goodies, and we will talk about their structure and how they are impacting you around you in your space, how you can work with them. So, and then we'll also be going over crystals and elixirs. So if you would like to make some crystal elixirs, those are some of my favorite things to do, like moon water and all that good stuff. And then we'll be going over programming your crystals as well, crystals and ethics. So yes, there is ethics with your crystals, and you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? So when you're working with your crystals and you're working with other people, you're going to come across situations. So that is all my time for today. We will get into this juicy chapter soon. So much love and light as always, and have a beautiful night. Jules.